stand together, seize our destiny, and become legend.
But will the game make you feel like a legend? That was a clip from this year's most anticipated game, Destiny, which is coming at you this fall in September. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Kolton, and this is the Galaxy Pictures Entertainment Podcast. In the studio today, I got Munchie here as my guest. What's up, man?
Not much. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's feeling good.
Alright guys, stick around because today we'll be talking about all things Destiny, and will it be a game to pick up or maybe hold out on? That's what we'll be talking about today, guys. So, Destiny. It's been around for, working on maybe 6 years right now, and we only recently really actually heard about it. What is your opinion on this game?
I think the game is going to be really good. I think it's going to kind of replicate Halo in a lot of ways, since it's because I guess Bungie kind of felt like they had a loss when they passed it over to 343, so they're going to try to come back as a bigger company and I think they're trying to outcompete Halo now that they've passed it on to another country, and I think they're going to do a really good job on it. It's going to be a really good game, and I definitely look forward to having it.
That's true, I do too, but a lot of people out there are probably wondering, what the heck is Destiny? I never even heard of it before. But really, in my personal opinion, don't get offended, guys, but if you're a gamer and you haven't heard about Destiny, where have you been? Just seriously, have you been in some country where they don't talk about Destiny? I don't get this. I don't get this. If you're a gamer and you haven't heard about Destiny, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
It's definitely going to blow everything out of the water when it releases.
A lot of people are asking, will this be the game changer of the first-person shooters? And my response is absolutely. Some people are saying, nah, it won't be. But what is your personal opinion about that?
I definitely think that it's gonna blow a lot of games out of the water. I think it's gonna definitely compete with Titanfall by a lot. I think that a lot of people who already have Titanfall and are getting used to it are definitely going to switch over to Destiny. And a lot of the Call of Duty players and a lot of the Halo players are going to switch over. And I hope to see it on the pro circuit eventually. And I definitely see it being a lot of awards, winning a lot of awards and being featured on a lot of YouTube videos. I definitely see it being everywhere on the internet and for every gamer to see.
Very true. Very true. Now, in case you guys did not know, they have recently released new footage of Destiny, which shows off the hardcore gameplay on Earth of them taking on spawns and spawns of enemies coming right at you. And it is just amazing gameplay. When I was watching it today, I was so amazed. I mean, graphics look beautiful. The soundtrack itself is awesome. And the gameplay is super smooth. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this game is going to be 60 frames per second.
I think it's going to be 60 frames per second, and I definitely can see the consoles pushing that. A lot of the games like Titanfall kind of fall short of that by average, according to their Twitter. They stay at around 57 frames per second, and the game it's kind of similar in the way they look. So I can definitely see them pushing 60 if they've optimized correctly.
Very true, and of course, they haven't been working on Titanfall for around 6 years either.
It's very true.
And in case you guys didn't know, they had also teased Destiny back in Halo 3 ODST with a little poster that you just gotta look for. And ODST, there was just a poster on the wall that said Destiny coming. I think it's like Destiny coming soon. And everyone back then was like, well, that's just a poster. But now we're like, oh my gosh, they were actually teasing the game all the way back then.
That's very interesting, and I've actually never noticed that, and I just learned that today. I've never actually found the poster myself, but I think that's really creative that they would do something like that.
Very creative, and that's creative Bungie for you. Okay, people, enough of the niceties. We're now here going to talk about the core gameplay of Destiny. What is Destiny? Who are you in the game? And what is this game about? Munchie, would you like to start us off?
Of course. So in this game, they haven't really gotten many information for it. They've not released a lot of info, but we do know that it starts out as an apocalyptic wasteland. Earth has been destroyed almost completely. It's been overrun, and we start out with this kind of like an alien invasion almost. We have a thing called the Traveler, which has supposedly protected the human race throughout this kind of takeover of the entire solar system. And in the game, you can travel between galaxies and all that. And basically, the entire plot is built around this Traveler, which is this entity that floats over the Earth throughout the game. And they're not really sure why it's there or what it's there for, but it supposedly provided them with superhuman powers and abilities that helped them fight through and survive.
No, that was a great explanation. Okay, guys, and I bet you're wondering right now, how big are these planets? Okay, just before I let you know, there's about, I think, 4 planets in the game that are playable at launch. And they'll be adding more planets to come in the future. But you're probably wondering, how big are these planets? They can't be that big, right? Wrong. Each planet is as big, if not bigger, than the entire game of Halo Reach. The entire game of Halo Reach. If you've never played Halo Reach, then where have you been? Okay, I guess that means you were never an Xbox person. But if you never played Halo Reach, then you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you have played Halo Reach, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and that should get you excited. Really excited.
They definitely pushed the map size in Halo Reach and things like that. The story mode, the environment, they were massive. And if they're going to be pushing something like that in each planet, the game is going to be massive. And I definitely think it's going to be incredibly enjoyable when you get into the world and realize how incredibly vast it is.
Very true. Very true. Now, how long have they been working on this game? Like we said, 6 years. Now, this game is made by Bungie. Of course, who hasn't heard of Bungie? And the people who are paying for the project is Activision. So, for all you people who are stuck in Call of Duty, that should get you on the game, at least for a little while, because Activision, who doesn't love Activision? Really? Yeah, my words exactly. But is this game going to be anything like Halo? Your opinion?
I think it's definitely going to resemble Halo in a lot of ways, in gameplay style and mechanics. But I do think it's going to be very unique in gameplay, like itself, and the plot, and the overall feel of the game. But since it is Bungie, and I will always feel like they mastered Halo, and 343 does it very well, but Bungie was the original creators, and since that's what they're really good at, I think they're going to try to kind of bring back that feel for Halo for people who want to play it on the PlayStation and who've been wanting to play it on the PlayStation for years. I think this is a very, very good substitution for that, and it'll definitely be an amazing game.
Very true. I also feel the same way. Sure, Bungie has said there's a lot of Halo aspects in the game, but it's a totally a new IP, and I just can't wait to get my hands on this thing and just play the living heck out of it. And of course, if y'all don't know, the beta is also coming out this summer on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 first, and the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One are coming a little bit later before release. So be sure to pre-order the game to get exclusive content, including a exclusive speeder.
I think that's going to be really interesting, and I don't know if I'll be pre-ordering the game just for money reasons. Of course, it's going to be, I would assume it's going to be $60, but if I can manage it, we'll definitely be in the beta. I think that's going to be really interesting to get hands-on for the game early. But I do wish they would provide some sort of alternative way to be a part of the beta. And they said that the only way to be guaranteed a spot is to pre-order the game. But I'm hoping to see that they maybe release like a kind of application form for people who haven't pre-ordered to possibly have a chance to play it. And I'll definitely be looking out for that.
Well, it's actually pretty easy to pre-order. All you gotta do is just put $5 down at your local GameStop, your local Best Buy, and you're in the beta.
That's very true. I didn't think of that, actually. Well, yep, you can just pre-order the game. You can put any money down on it. They'll give you an exclusive code to the beta when it is released, and you'll get hands-on. And I don't think they've really released any information on how much access you'll have in the beta. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Well, what Bungie has said about the beta is it's not going to be your typical beta where you give you, okay, we're just going to give you like this level and that's it. They said they're going to be giving you a variety of things in this game that no other beta has ever given you, but not enough that you feel like you had the whole experience from the full game. There's still a lot more content coming at us in the full version, but they're giving us a huge, huge piece of the cake with this beta, and I just can't wait for that.
That's just another example of how Bungie will always blow you away with their next games. Every Halo release was amazing, and it definitely made you want the next one to come out. It never got old, and I still play them today. Halo 4, I'm definitely excited for Halo 5 and Destiny. And with this beta, I'm really hoping that they live up to their word for changing the game when it comes to playing on a beta.
And Bungie never disappoint us. And no matter what console is on, Bungie will never disappoint. Never. Now, for all you Xbox people, I know you're feeling left out now, and there has been a question posted on the Bungie Twitter feed asking, well, why aren't you mentioning Xbox and anything? Like, seriously, why? You're just favoring PlayStation. Bungie has not forgotten about you guys. Bungie started the whole
Yep.
Xbox thing, really. If it wasn't for Halo, guys, Xbox probably wouldn't be around. Just saying.
That's a very good point, especially for the price of Xbox Live and stuff like that. I definitely think that Halo made a very, very good contribution to the Xbox. And so they're definitely not going to leave you guys out because they have catered to the Xbox for years and years. And every Halo release has been exclusive. And now that I think they're trying to change the game up and bring in a whole new audience into the game. And when it's released on PS3, people are going to be happy. And I think that when it releases on Xbox, everyone's going to be happy. And we'll completely forget that it came later. It's definitely going to be worth waiting for you Xbox guys out there.
For all you lucky few who are listening, who get to go to E3 this year, we'll get hands-on beta at the E3 conference. At the Bungie booth, you'll get hands-on experience with Destiny.
I wish I could show at E3. Unfortunately, traveling is not very easy. But for you guys that get to go there, I definitely suggest you checking out that booth and maybe getting back to us how much you enjoyed it and what kind of experience it provided for you. If it was enjoyable, which we have no doubt it will be, but it would be great to hear you guys' words.
No doubt at all. And also, maybe give an interview, maybe come back here and tell us what they told you about the game. Maybe they'll give you more information. I doubt it, but hey, worth a shot. And hey, Destiny is around the corner. And what else do we have to talk about? We have, of course, the classes.
Oh, absolutely.
Enemies. Let's start off with the classes.
I think the customization is going to be massive, and I was reading on the wiki earlier, specifically for Destiny, and one of the first thing they said on that page was hardly any information has been released, but each gun will have its own skill level, and it'll be you can upgrade different parts of the tree. It'll be like a skill tree that you see in Borderlands or in the Dead Island series. I expect it to be kind of similar to that. And so, like I said, not a lot of information has been released, but the one thing they did make a point on is there's going to be tons of customization options, and I really look forward to that.
Now, I do believe, as I remember this morning when I looked this up, there will be actually 3 species you could be. You could be a human species, you could be, there's other 2 other alien species you can be. And each species, it doesn't matter what species you are, there's 3 classes. There's a Titan, there's a Hunter, and what was the other one they mentioned? I forgot the other name of the class, but I will tell you what they do. The human is you're basically you're stealthy, you're in the battle, you're not afraid to get dirty. The Hunter, he's your guy with the quick pistol, he's got cool cloaks, he looks pretty beast, man. And this other guy I can't remember, he's like your Jedi in Destiny. This guy literally has powers that act like a Jedi. It's pretty awesome. And Destiny has said you can choose more than one class if you want to. If you, you can choose more than one character. You can make one more than one character. So you're not limited to one, and I love that. So if you want to have, say, this class for multiplayer and this class for single player, okay, not single player, single player with friends in the actual story, and just a separate class for the actual competitive multiplayer, you can do that.
I think that's going to be a really interesting aspect for the game. I've never seen that from Bungie, really. I mean, they have like gave you the option to choose between two species, but it didn't really provide you with any specific advantages. And I think it's definitely cool that they're switching up the style. And the fact that you can create more characters just makes it better because you can experience every style of gameplay. Because I'm sure that with each character you choose, it brings a whole new style of gameplay, and you have to change up your game completely to compete with other advantages that other people may have against you. That's going to be really awesome.
Very true. I know. I can't wait for this to try out all these different classes. Now let's talk about the enemy. What can we expect from this enemy?
Now, I don't really have much information on what kind of enemies we'll be facing, but I think they kind of enunciated through the campaign the single player aspect of the game. It's going to be kind of tough. It's definitely going to be unique, something we've not seen very often. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. Not much information. I don't know much. Maybe you know more than me. I'm not sure.
Well, I have learned a little bit more about than this morning when more content came out about Destiny when the embargo was lifted this morning. So more information has came to us about the enemies. Like for instance, there'll be, I believe, 4 separate type of alien enemies, and one class will be your typical in your face kind of a zombie kind of class or zombie kind of enemy AI where you let them get close, they're going to take you out. These guys hunt in packs. You do not want to be out in the dark alone when these guys show up because they will tear you apart. Another of these like these 4-armed aliens, and they use these long range, very powerful weapons. And if you're by yourself, these guys will take you out. Of course, I don't know why you will be by yourself in Destiny. Destiny's a perfect place to hang out with friends, the public events. Like, really, why would you want to be by yourself while experiencing the amazing world of Destiny? I have no idea. There's other classes that have actually, like, these body armor, like these kind of Titan armors that looks very, very, very impressive. It's going to take your entire team to take these guys down. It looks like a heck of a time, and I just can't wait for this.
Yeah, I think that they're going to do a very good job with implementing the co-op thing that they're bringing. You know, the Halo, they did very well with co-op in their campaigns and single player modes, but they weren't really unique. They didn't change that often whenever you had 2 players. It was the same plot. It was the same experience. You just had one friend to help you out. And I think with the opportunity to choose different classes and different weapons to your liking will definitely make it a more enjoyable experience. And to be able to laugh and hang out with your friends while doing it is going to make it all the more better. And I think that it's worth going out and getting it when it releases.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And Destiny will be released on all platforms except the Wii U, the Wii, and PC. I'm sorry, PC Master Race. This is one game you will not get your hands on. No exceptions.
I think that is just a little disappointing for the people who are looking forward to the game but don't have things like the PS3 or the PS4 or Xbox 360 or Xbox One. And if you have the money to put forth into a good computer, I think the game would be very enjoyable. But Bungie's always known for catering to one specific console, and it's you just can't really. I don't know. Maybe it was just meant for console. Maybe the gameplay wouldn't be the same, or maybe it just wasn't meant for PC.
Very true. And of course, if you guys have an Xbox 360, you pick it up. PS3, pick it up for last gen. But if you guys really, really want to experience this game, be sure to pick up an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 to experience this game to its full extent on the next generation systems.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll get probably 27 to 30 frames per second on average on the console, and the graphics will not be as they'll not be as vibrant. The lighting won't be as smooth. You won't be able to enjoy the full experience. But if you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, you're still going to enjoy the game. Just like people who are buying Titanfall, it runs actually at 48 frames per second, which is very impressive. It's on average or top frames per second, which is really impressive for last-gen consoles. So if Titanfall can push something like that, I'm sure the Destiny will be just as enjoyable on PS3 and Xbox 360.
If not more.
Absolutely. More people, most of your friends probably have a PS3 and Xbox 360. Your consoles will run you a lot of money. A lot of people have PS3 and Xbox 360. I personally still play the PS3, and I play my PC more often. I play my PS3 to play with my friends. That's what all my friends play. I'm sure that's what a lot of people are playing right now. I don't know very many people who have the new consoles, so if you have a PS3, don't hesitate to get it.
Very true. And now, for all you who are probably wondering, wow, this game sounds amazing. It sounds humongous. But does that also mean humongous file size to download this game? Now, for us who are getting on disc, probably not. But for all you who are planning on actually downloading on digital, what does that mean for you? You're looking probably going to be looking at maybe a 50 or more gig download for this game. I mean, just guessing here on next-gen systems. On last-gen, probably not as big, but on next-gen, I am fully expecting this game to be a lot of gigs. What do you think?
I definitely think that I can expect something like that for a game of this size and this magnitude, and definitely with the amount of detail they put into it and how large the maps are and all the different things they implemented. But all the next gen consoles come with a massive hard drive, and it really wouldn't put a dent in it. But if you're going to see something similar in your PS3 or Xbox 360, make sure you have a large hard drive, because if you buy it on disc, you're probably looking at maybe a 3 to 8 gigabyte installation, even that. Just like when Grand Theft Auto 5 released, I think you had to install 8 gigabytes to your hard drive, which is, if you have an older system, it can put a pretty big dent on your hard drive. So just make sure you clear up some space and get ready to play.
Exactly. Now, before we end this video, there's another thing I want to talk about. Is you got a helper along the way in Destiny, which is this kind of like remember Orbital? I believe that's the little guy's name, Orbital in Halo, with his little eye that goes around. He's like he hacks computers, and he was like in Halo 2, Halo 3.
I don't quite remember what he was called, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he has it's like a little hacker. I believe he's with everybody. If there will be places in the game where you're gonna have to hack this pathway to get somewhere, and he's gonna have to hack this computer. And while he hacks, you're gonna have to fight off a couple of waves of these enemies coming right at you. It's your typical, okay, I gotta hack, so fight off these guys while I do this kind of thing.
I think that's going to be a really fun thing. They definitely had a lot of those moments in their Halo releases where, if you wanted to get through a path, you had to fend off while one of your companions or your loyal teammates, hack through a computer or clear a path. And I definitely think that's really cliche for Bungie, and those moments are usually full of action-packed, never going to get boring. It's just going to be a very enjoyable part of the game also to be able to relive that through Bungie again.
Exactly. And guys, Destiny is coming, guys, so be sure to pre-order your copy of Destiny now on the 360, the PS3, the PS4, and Xbox One to reserve your spot in the Destiny beta coming this summer. And then get ready, because the full game of Destiny comes out September 9th, 2014. It is almost here. We are all excited about it. And that wraps up for today's show. So I'd like to thank Munchie here for joining me today on the first podcast. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Alright, anyway guys, if you want to subscribe to Munchie, all of his information will be in the description below. And of course, always guys, bring you guys into the world of entertainment. I'm Kolton Still. If you like the podcast, be sure to smack the like button. And be sure to, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, whoever has any of that stuff. All links will be in the description below. And thank you for watching, guys. I'm Kolton Still, and I'll see you guys on the next Galaxy Pictures Entertainment podcast.